Hello everyone, my name is Pacha and welcome back to a little bit of a special episode today. And no, this, as you can guess, is not Wahal Jamila. We are still in Raven Creek and in the Raven Ranch because I asked you in the last episode if you would like a tour of this area, just a chill tour showing everything we have done in the last couple, I think almost months now. And a couple of you guys wanted that, a couple of you guys also wanted to know commentary tour, but I'm not that type of guy who just can be quiet the whole time. So I decided to just do a chill and relaxing tour of this ranch. We take our time, this video can be a bit longer, and then we just go through the whole area, look at everything what we have done. Of course there are also some things you haven't seen in the video because I did them afterwards, so there's still some new stuff here and there. If you know what I built in these specific episodes, and there you can discover things. And this is a video for this week, so a tour video, and next week, as promised, we will go to Wahal Jamila and continue building there. But yeah, let's start with our tour today of Raven Ranch, our, I think, fourth biome area, our fourth themed area here in the zoo, and our first completely finished one, because all the other ones still have some things missing, like Tillamook Track, where still a whole exhibit isn't finished yet. So yeah, it's the first complete one, and the idea behind why we see some goats jumping in the distance here. The idea behind this was to create an area where kids from the city, or kids in general of course, can get in contact with farm animals, with farming, with conservation of farm animals and of local wildlife, can come in contact with that and learn about how you can care for animals on a farm, how you can care for plants, for crops and other domesticated plants, and why it's also important to protect them, to look after them, and to learn how to care for them and to provide them a good future and a home in your area, because especially for city kids who have less and less contact with these kind of stuff, me myself included, sadly. So it's, I think, really important that also zoos go in that direction of conservation and education. So yeah, let's start here at the front of the plaza that also connects to our river area. There's our bison in the background, and that will connect to the future area that is still left to be planned over here. And here we go into Raven Ranch, into another plaza, basically the entrance plaza, where we have a wildflower garden over here for native insects and wildlife. We have this, I think it was Captain Callum who made this awesome tractor over here, and we can already see most of the things in this area. We can also get a glimpse to what lies in the background over here, and we can see the central point, the central weenie, so to say, of this area, which is of course the big blue barn. And when you are watching this video right now, so to say, this complete barn will be on the workshop in two different versions, as I have listened to your thoughts and wishes. Once you just get the barn with, of course, the second floor, similar to the one I posted a few months ago, but this time with all the doors, all the windows, the second floor and everything, but without the animal cages. No, stalls I think is a better word for that. So you get that version, and then I will also upload a version of this barn which has all the stalls in them. So if you want to use it like it is in this, like it did in this zoo, then you can do that, because I will upload it with everything inside, except maybe for the decoration on the second floor. But all the stables, all the doors, everything will be in also in the second version. So you can pick and choose what you want, and maybe if you want to make a mixture of both of them. But yeah, let's follow the intended path, and our first exhibit here is for the Tamworth pig. A very basic enclosure. I mean, it's pigs, they mostly destroy everything and uproot all the stuff. So very basic, very muddy. I worked a lot with decals to create this more muddy look, also in the feeding trough and the water trough over here, which the guests can also interact with. So they can press on the handle of this pump, and then they can fill this trough with water for the pigs, a little bit of interaction with the animal itself, and of course the fence is low enough so that you can pet the pigs if you so choose. And all throughout the zoo I have these hand sanitizers, because of course we don't want any diseases or mud covered into the area and out of the area, to just keep animals and guests happy. And as you can probably already hear on the other side, we have our Sussex chicken over here. Very loud, very communicative, with their little chicken jigsaw, I think it's the name. I still don't get it right, or whip. You can correct me again, but yeah. They can play around a little bit on it. They can also go up on the hay bale over here to get a little bit of look about the, above the whole area. My goodness. And yeah, also very, very simple, as most other enclosures are in this area, because it's farm animals. They don't need elaborate designs and ideas. They are happy with some simple stuff, and it shows really what they would maybe have on a real farm. Of course, also a little bit of more theming over everywhere. We have these rustic elements all over the zoo, and also we included all of the big pieces, I call them, from this pack, which are the well, the water tower, and later the windmill, because I really want to include as much of the Barnyard Animal Pack as possible. But let's move on. While we get another small indoor look at the pig stable. If we go into a store, we also have a second entrance gate over here from the Wiesent viewing point, so if you want to go there, yeah, we get a thank you for doing that, for coming in. I know there are still no doors here. This is something I still haven't figured out how I wanted to do that. To also allow the pigs to come in because of the hitboxes, so it is a bit hard. But I would say if this is winter times and it's too cold, they would just board this up, and so the pigs can't get outside. So yeah, but maybe I will put some doors in there in the past. Oh, they're all in. Hello. And also we have some tools over here too, and some grass picking through. I have to change that. But yeah, really simple shelter, similar to the one I did for the wild boars. So a bit of similarities over there with them. And yeah, super simple, super nice. You can also connect these two parts if we so please to do. And then we come already, I think, to the highlight, at least for me, of this whole area. And this is the Alpine Goat exhibit with this cool animal bridge, as it's an animal bridge, with this cool goat bridge. And I saw a lot of other people also already doing similar things, similar bridges for their goats, because I mean it just makes sense. They are hello. Yeah, it is something that they do that is cool and also simple. But yeah, and the goats have a lot of fun. They like to climb, and the guests get a cool perspective to the goats, seeing them climb around. We of course also have some other climbing opportunities with these tires over here, tractor tires, a few logs, and they also have a shady place and a lovely goat, hello, coming right up the gate to greet us. And of course on the other side we have also another area that is connected to the stable. So 4 of the 5 animals, I think, here and here, habitat animals have access to the stable, which are of course Sussex chicken, Alpine goat, the American donkey, or the donkey, I should just say, and the Hill Rednor sheep. Every time I have to remember what it is actually called, Hill Rednor sheep. So they have access to the stable. The pigs, of course, have their own, as we just saw. Yeah, let's continue on through the goat exhibit. Basically, yeah, right through the middle, where you get another look at the goats. And of course, as with all animals in here, you are allowed to pet them, and if in this case, you can also feed them when you buy some food stuff. Maybe over here at the shop over here, then you can buy some food that you can feed them, some carrots or some herbivore pellets, what they sometimes sell in the zoos, especially in Europe. I think that's a more common thing to sell these things. And yeah, moving on, talking about the food stands, we have our little end plaza, I think I called it, or final plaza, which also connects to the garden, which we'll look at in a moment. And here you can buy ice cream, or you can buy, I think this is more of a unique thing, you can buy fresh vegetables to either eat yourself or to feed to the animals. Of course, they are all grown here on the farm or in the zoo, so they are all local products, which I think is really cool. And if you don't want to buy products or want to buy vegetables, you can also go on the playground. If you are a kid or if you're a parent, you can also sit on the bench, or maybe you're also an adult who likes to play on the playground. Big thanks to, I think it was PS Vision Gaming, PS Vision Gaming, who made this blueprint for the playground. Really cool, really detailed. If you want to have this blueprint, watch the episode where I built this or where I placed this, and I left the link to that blueprint down there in the description. But yeah, let's enter actually our Garden of Life. We will take a tour through it, and then we go this way through the barn and then to the end. On the other side, of course, we also get to our donkey ride, but we will look at the donkeys when we are finished with the Garden of Life. Yeah, that is what I call it now. You guys said maybe an entrance gate would be a cool idea, and I think I'm not entirely happy with what I made here. Of course, the font is made by the amazing and talented Wyatt Andrews workshop which is on the workshop. He made this amazing font, which is really, really cool. But I'm not entirely happy yet with the whole sign design. It was more of a necessity to have one, so maybe it will change in the future. But yeah, if we enter, we already see some crops over here, but what crops? Okay. But then we see, oh, there's another shop over here, and here we can buy some seeds that are suitable for butterflies and other insects. We can buy some plants directly, and we can buy a license, or we can rent some tools actually over here to do some gardening. Yeah, the idea was to have this as a working garden where guests and kids and school groups and others and tourists, I mean, which also are guests basically, can buy tools and then do some gardening, care for the plants, and if they harvest something, they can also take that home, or they can donate it to the zoo, who then sells it or use it for its animals to feed them. And I think that's a cool idea to also teach. I think I also talked about it in this episode, to teach people about how gardening works, how you can care for plants, and what plants you maybe have to, you should plant that also are suitable for insects, for other wildlife, which they can benefit from, and not only to have the maximum outcome of food and harvest and stuff like that. So really cool, and I really liked how it turned out with all these different fields and plots of harvesting stuff. We also have some, you see, I'm losing some words sometimes. But yeah, really simple, cool thing. We have also, as I wanted to say, so sorry, I wanted to say, we also have an area here, of course, where you can clean yourself up and the food you did. And if you're done with that and you still want to enjoy a little bit of gardening, you can enter the butterfly garden over here, where you of course have also life-size models of all the butterflies that are endemic to this area. And the idea was here that this is not a controlled environment. We don't bring pupae or larvae in and breed the butterflies. No, this is a garden that we design in a way that it encourages butterflies to come here and to spend time here. We use butterfly-friendly plants like the buddleia or the dog rose bush. We have some fruit dishes and some feeding dishes over here, which also encourages butterflies, but also other insects like bees and bumblebees and stuff like that to come over here and to spend some time. If you're lucky and you see some plants or some animals flying around, you can also identify them. And if they're not here, you still have these life-size models where you can see how they would look if you would see them, basically, especially maybe in the colder times of the month. And yeah, I really like these little butterfly inclusion in Plant Zoo, but I talked more about that and exhibits in general in that video, which was the last video actually. So maybe you already have seen it. But yeah, continue on. We have this little play of a word inside the logs, I called it. So basically, which animals live in logs and other things like bushes and hedges, and how we can protect them and provide them more homes. And then we close this off with this little herb garden over here, where we have some dangerous plants. We have some medicinal plants, I think it's called in English. So some different herbs and other things that are used in medicine and healing and stuff like that, which I think is also cool. But also, of course, in cuisine when you are cooking. Another display of a log here with more moss on it, and then we already finish the garden section of our Raven Ranch, and we continue with the animal section, with the barnyard section over here with our American standard donkey, or as it is correctly should have been labeled, our donkey. Because there's nothing as an American standard donkey, but I'll talk more about that in the donkey episode if you're interested in what the story behind that is. As I already said, we have our little donkey right over here, again, because some people still had some issues with it. This ride functions on the premise that the donkey wants to be interacting with humans, and that they have, that they are calm and that they are relaxed and that they want to be ridden. And on a bad day, or on a day when they want more privacy, of course, this ride would be closed. And of course, we would teach or tell the people, our donkeys, the care or the welfare of our donkeys is more important than any spectacle. So we wait until the donkeys communicate or tell us that they want to be interacting with guests. So this is really focused on the welfare, still on the animals themselves. But our American donkey over here with this, I think I tried a bit more of a western theme, more sandy theme over here. We also have this. There was the autosave, I think. Yep. So we have this sand pit over here, and a bit of Z-fighting that I have to fix. Because donkeys, horses in general like to roll in sand to get rid of parasites and insects. That's also why rhinos, for example, like to roll in mud. They are from the same family tree. And still very simple, as all the others are, but I think very suitable for our 3 donkey ladies that we have here. We have no male in this group, only females. So it's more of a sister group basically. But let's enter the barn, the big focal point. And I really liked how it turned out. From a few suggestions, I also added some more decals on the ground to make it a little bit more dirty up, a little bit up. I think I can still do more here, but at the moment I think it is basically finished. Some small things here and there, but they are not that important. And here we have stables for all the animals in this area, and none of these animals can enter the barn except the chickens because of the hitboxes, which is a bit sad. You see the goat here, but they can't sadly enter, despite the door being twice as wide and 3 times higher than the goat itself. They can't enter, sadly, and it is a real shame. But technically all these stables are functional, so you have different stables for all the animals. For the goat on this side, here you have some bigger stables for the donkeys with all their names displayed, which I saw a couple zoos doing when in their barnyard animal sections, especially for donkeys or pigs and stuff like that, where they have the names of these animals on here, so the guests know what they are called. All of them, of course, separated, because we need to separate them during the night. And then on this side we have the chicken, as you can see, and the area for the hill red-nose sheep, which we will also look at in a moment. Very cool. I really liked how it turned out. I don't know if I can get up there. I probably cannot, but you can see that there's a lot of stuff there. There's some hay bales, there's some storage, some containers, some boxes, so really a storage area for the zoo. I mean, I can go out of the camera for a moment. So now you can see it. Same on the other side. This clutter will not be included in the blueprint, but all the other things will be if you download them from the workshop, as I said. The link, of course, is in the description. I think also not the swallow nest will also not be included, but if you want to have these swallow nests on the workshop, let me know and I can put them on separately. I'm still really proud how they turned out, these barn swallow nests. But let's move on to the last exhibit already on our tour, and we first stop, of course, at the feeding automat, which was made, I think, by Haribo, if I'm not mistaken. Really, almost old blueprint, but still amazing. And why do we need a feeding automat? I always forget what the second part is. Of course, because this is a walk-through habitat for the red-nose sheep. So you can walk in here, you can interact with the sheep if they want to, of course. Of course, there are some areas that are off limit, like this here. This is more of a relaxing area for the sheep. If they want to escape the guests, they can go in here and be safe. But otherwise, you can get really up close to what I think still is one of the best models in the entire pack. I really like how what they did with the fur shaders. I talked about more in that episode about them. But yeah, I tried to make it a bit more hilly. Of course, they are hill retinal sheeps, and to give it more, yeah, elevation changes and stuff like that. And we can also take a quick look at the backstage areas. Basically, the donkeys have this more protruding area over here, which of course gives them more space indoors. And I don't know what this is, but we can delete it like that, and it never was seen. We haven't seen anything. It was never there. And yeah, the sheep over here have more. They have a roof part over here where they can hide if it's raining, and then they have access, of course, to their backstage area, and they have a feeding area over here. And if we look down there, while I'm deactivating that, we can also see the South American area, which borders this area basically totally. So this habitat is on the border to this drop-off and then to the South American area. But yeah, this was already it. I have still something selected. I'm super sorry. This was basically the last area or the last part of the Raven Ranch. It's a small area compared to other things in my zoo, but I think it has a lot of detail and a lot of stuff going on in that small space. I'm really, really, really happy how everything turned out, and super amazed how everything came together. I wasn't sure when I started this episode, when I started this little project, this little zone, but in the end I think it really came together and it feels complete, it feels finished, and that is what I'm really excited about. But yeah, this was our little tour. Let me go outside here. This was our little tour of the Raven Ranch. I hope you liked it. As I said, next week we will go to Wal Jamila and work there. I still need a little bit of time to plan everything out, so this is why we got this tour this week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you still have some things that you think I could add or change in this area, let me know in the comments. I'm happy for any advice, for any opinions on that matter. And then I wish you a great time, stay safe, and I see you in the next episode. Until then, bye bye everyone.